Hey guys, I'm back to work on some of these little tags with y'all, or tuck spots, or we can use them for lots of different things. And this is sort of my typical style. And so if you've watched any of my videos or watched any of my Christmas stuff last year when I made embellishments, I'm not doing anything too off the mark from what I normally do. So I don't have any real super new and innovative ideas. Um, but I'm just sharing with you, my things, what I like to do. And anyway, so I did put a couple of these together, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do maybe some hidden paper clips or just some paper clips with these. So I may do that. I don't know. Just thinking about all that stuff. But I also want to show you real quick what I meant to show you in the last video was I've also been and I do have a video on how I do my scrappy ties, so just to kind of show you the Christmas ones I've been doing, and the other things that I've done. So I've done these. I've got a whole bunch of them. I've got some wrapped around the journals already. So those are pretty similar. The more vintagey looking ones will get these. And then the fun ones, like the little critter has got one like this, and some of the more colorful have these that have like the little stocking fabric on it, and this little piece of this fabric that came from my friend Jen. Yeah, so I've made several of those. There's a bunch of them. Yeah, I just wanted to show you those. And like I said, I do have a scrappy tie video from a couple of years ago. You can go back and look that up. If you don't know how to make those, it's real simple. You just take your strips of fabric and you take your little scraps and you just stitch them on in pieces. And you can do it very scrappy, much scrappier than what I do. You can do it really neat. You can use all kinds of little pieces like you do snippet rolls. So I've made a bunch of those. And I've also done the same thing with bits and pieces, and made a bunch of pieces to use as pockets throughout the journals. Okay, so you can see I've stitched, I don't know if the stitching really is going to show up. This is all in white, but so like little sort of quilted pieces on the back of this canvas. This canvas fabric I bought to use with the bags that I showed you guys. Joann's was having a really big sale when I was at Tammy's, and so I bought a couple of yards of that to back those bags, or to line those bags with. And then I used the leftover, I'm using the leftover pieces that I had to just make these little scrappy sort of pocket pieces. So this is a pretty big piece, so it might get cut in half and stitched again to make 2 pockets. Okay. And then I also found, I forgot to tell you guys, when I was there, when we were shopping at that, what was it called? The, there's another one. Now some of these pieces I had in my stash already, and then a couple of them came from a pack of quilting squares, like the 10 by 10 quilting squares that I found at that Flea Body's place, at one of the vendors in there. I did buy that, because I have really not bought any more Christmas stuff other than that fabric. I did buy that fabric because it was a really good deal, and it was a lot of it, and I'll show it to you. Yeah, so it was like all these 10 by 10 squares. Oh, that's just a really light one. So so I have a ton of I do have a lot more Christmas type fabric that I can use throughout these journals, or to make like some little TN type journals. Yeah, this is like a, I believe this is a Moda fabric, and yeah, so it's like all these similar designs in different colors. So like that's got blues in it. So it's got like either green bases, red bases, or blue. Just really neat. Yeah, a lot of it, and that was a really good deal. So I did buy that while I was out. Yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you real quick. So we're gonna do these, and then like I said, some of that I cut up in pieces to use, you know, to use for the buttons, and then to use for the I didn't do any of the ties. I had already made all the ties, but yeah, so I still got some of that, some of those little scraps, and some of my other scraps left. And I've got some of these little pieces left from some of the ties I made last year, so I can do tabs with these or something with those in these journals. But I wanted to, like, I think I want to add maybe, I've got this whole bag. I'll show you this whole bag of scraps. We've got this whole bag of scraps, and I've got like little bits of things in here that I'd like to use up. I don't know if they're big enough for what I want to do, but just little pieces of rickrack. Like, see, there's a blue piece right there. I'm gonna see if there's any in here. If there's any. What is this? There's little beads stuck down in here. I need to put these somewhere. Yeah, here's a couple of pieces. Like, there's a piece of green. This is multicolor on one side, but it's white on the other, so I could use that. Because I'm really trying to use up some of my little scraps first on some of these things. There's that little bit. There's some, oh look, that's a pretty big little white pom-pom there. But this is why you don't throw, well, I do throw a lot away. I'll throw the really tiny stuff away, but I do save a lot. Save a lot of stuff, y'all. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I thought some of this might be cute. Some of this might be cute on some of these too, or either on the other tags. I don't want to make them too bulky. There's a little white green. I probably should have done this before I turned the video on, huh? Okay, so that's out of my scrap bag. But then I have a little bin here that I keep my rickrack in. So I've got some green. These are some new ones. I think these came in Happy Mail, and then some of them I had in my stash. I've got some red, and then I've got this other green. Now this red and this green, that's not vintage, that's pretty new. I couldn't find I didn't have this, and I haven't come across any of this vintage and these colors that I wanted. So I did actually buy some of this at Walmart. And I don't normally shop at Walmart. Nothing against Walmart, but their prices are great on a lot of things, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite store. So this is really cool. This is vintage. I'll save that. Save that little pack there. Got that. And then all these little bits. So I thought maybe, like, on a couple of these, I could do probably rickrack. I like this green. and then maybe just come across, you know, with a little bit of rickrack. Probably should have done it while I was making these instead of doing it later. Yeah, because then I could have come underneath it. So yeah, I think we'll just leave these maybe. I could do a little bit of this and come up underneath the feet. Don't want to cover up the magic. Reindeer magic. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Anyway, trial and error. But I did put these three together. Okay. And we'll do this one. Let's see. This one actually is backed with a scrapbook piece of paper. I've had it in my stash for a while. So we could do this little reindeer on here, and we could use some of this green rickrack on him. We'll cut a piece. Hit my camera. What else is new? I don't care where I put that thing, I'm gonna hit it. Unless I just put it above my head where I don't have any way to do that. I could use that green. I don't really like that green with that though. So I'll probably use red. Let's see, I'm on my little. Maybe let's use a big one here. That's red. So we could do the little rickrack like that, and then maybe a little sentiment. Like I have all these. Yeah, I like that green with that. So I have these stickers. These are from Allie Edwards December Daily from years ago. I still have a bunch of these left, and then these came from a paper line. So like I could put Merry Memories would be cute. Then this came from a paper line too. So it's got these little sticker stamps and all these little sayings down here. So I like Dashing Through the Snow. I could use that. Now I'm always gonna add glue to that. So we're gonna start, and I'm gonna use my fabric tack for this. Oh, and I've got some little tabs that I made too over here that if you watched my series last year, I made some of those last year as well. And then let's put it back. But so I did those off camera, but I made some more for this year. You can kind of get the idea just by looking at them. You really don't, and I think most of these things you can kind of put your own take on any of this. Just by looking at the tag and me telling you the basic process without actually sitting and doing it with you, because they're not hard. Then we're gonna glue this down, and I'm only putting glue, you know, where I need it here because it's gonna kind of hang off. But I'm gonna try to use these, like I said, like for little spots on the page. They won't be going off the page where, you know, you could tear this. So, yeah. Let's see. See how simple that is? Really, really cute. And then you've got a little place here you can put a date on it. I could run it back through my sewing machine, just put a little stitch across, just add some more texture to it. So that's that. And yeah, I made a bunch of tabs. So I take those little chipboard pieces. So just take this, these were scraps. These were all scraps I had in my stash with the labels and then the little chipboard and the sayings. So this will go on the top of a page as, you know, a tab. So here's happiness and cheer. Just to give you some more ideas on These are a little different than the ones I did last year. You can just take all your little bits. This is a great way to use up all those little pieces, yeah, that we all have left over. And that's sort of my goal. It's sort of my goal this year. And let me tell you, y'all, I still have a ton of stuff. Now, I don't have scrapbook paper left other than scraps, because I've used a lot of these scraps up. See? So these are gonna go, this is Mistletoe Kisses, Round the Tree, Winter Wonderland, Holly Jolly Holiday. But yeah, I took all those little chipboard pieces and my labels and the little sayings and my scraps and made all these tabs. This one I tried to do this way. It's okay, I'm not crazy about the way that came out. I might put that in my book, but the rest of them, yeah, so I did all of those. And definitely, you know, doing the fabric buttons, I'm going to do some paper clips with those, or, you know, add them to other embellishments. Like, we could even, they would even be cute on here, you know, so, or on some of the other things that I'm making. Okay, so you got the idea of that. Let me just not sit and make you guys watch me make the same things. Let's move on to some of these. Let's see what we're gonna do here. So these are the flips, and I've done stuff like this before too, but let's maybe do one of those and decide. I love that one with the dog. Look at him. This, what I'll probably do is just stitch around this. Maybe, like I said, maybe put some rickrack on it. A little scrap, a label. Really simple. I just took the book page and I cut up this file folder. And this is going to be a big pocket because I'm working on some big books. Or this size could go in a binder, but this will go in one of the big books. And then there's another book page. This is from a vintage little golden book with a bunch of little stories in it. It had a bunch of little stories, and this was a Christmas one in. No, you know what? This was a Christmas little golden book it came from. It was called The Christmas Treasury, and I made a book out of it last year. But I put some of the pages in that journal, but I kept some of the pages, and these were some that I kept. So that'll be a pocket. Here's another one. Yeah, these are all from that book. So this one. So and then these right here are from that book too. So these will be little pockets, and this is going to be a tag. I showed you that before. Let's see. Let's do this. Let me show you just how simple this is. It's just a piece of that file folder that I cut. Let me just straighten this up. Let's do that at least. I'm going to cut this bottom part off because it's wonky. There we go. So that just leaves us a little bit at the bottom. It's not exactly perfectly straight. It's okay. I'm going to put some stuff at the bottom and cover it up. So we could take, I was trying to get my head wrapped around what I was going to do. And I didn't do a very good job of that, did I? I got some scraps over here. Some more big scraps. Where'd they go? So I got some little strips. I did buy a couple of pieces of paper this year at Joann's. They also had, when I was at Tammy's, they also had like 10 sheets of open scrapbook paper for $3. And this is an American Crafts paper, and it's not a cardstock thickness. It's more of a printer paper thickness. But I did buy a couple of sheets of that. So this might be cute, this little candy cane stripe. But, okay, I'm so out of frame. Hold on. But it's like white, and this is, which most of the time I don't really pay that much attention, but it's a little stark white for this. So let's see if maybe I got something else that might go a little bit better. Yeah, I don't have a bunch of, I didn't really have a lot of scraps left. I've used most of them. I do have this Christmas tree one. So I could come down at the bottom with this. And I really don't have to add anything. I don't know that I want to cover up her little boots. So maybe I might not do that. Maybe I'll just add this little rickrack. Or I could do a contrasting color. I could use this green. This green goes more with it, doesn't it? But you can tell this is old. This is the way they used to stick that stuff in there. Okay. And I could use that, or I could do the red, which is contrast. Let's see. And make an even bigger mess out here. I think I like the red. The green just kind of blends in, don't you think? Wish I could tell me. Gosh. All right, I'm just knocking stuff around everywhere. Let's see. And now this might be cute on here. See, it's so stark white. All right, so we're just gonna keep this really simple. I'm gonna put that there. Let's do a little, let's do green on this one. Let's do a little green label. And really, you don't have to do much more than that if you want to keep the image. Because that's what I like to do, because then the whole back of this can be journaling space, you know? Come down a little bit more. I really want to cover up her boots all the way. I keep going out of frame, I'm sorry guys. But sometimes, I mean, I love making embellishments. Clusters, flowers, buttons, you know, all kinds of stuff. But sometimes I really do think, you know, less is more when it comes to, you know, doing these. You don't have to like throw everything, you know, under the kitchen sink on it to make it, because I also like my journals to be functional. I want you to be able to use them, you know, to use them the way you want. So anyway, and then, you know, you could come up here and add one of those, like add one of these up here, you know, and then stitch around this whole thing. And then we've got a pocket. Got a really cute pocket. Or you could put this on this side, and it could just be a big tag, you know, or a tip in. Like if you want to tip it in, you could cut this little piece off and tip it in. Or you could glue it down at the bottom to a page and have it flip out, you know, and have journaling. So many things. I think I'm gonna put this up here. And this is one of those KB and Friend printables. It's our one of her new Christmas printables. And I backed it with those green file folder dividers that Tamara sent me, and then cut them out and inked around it to give you that, so it really looks like a true vintage milk cap. See? So it's that simple. And then I take it in my sewing machine and stitch all around it, you know. Now I could take it another step further and cover the back with ledger or something, but I think for this one I'm just going to leave it because I'm not sure if I'm going to use it as a pocket or a big tag. It's probably going to end up being a pocket or clipped in to use, however, you know, however the person who purchased this journal wants to. So that's one thing we can do. Let's see. And then this little flip. So here's where some of my little scraps. So I do think I want to use some pom-pom trim on this at the bottom, and probably some of this this rickrack. I'll use some of this rickrack. I'll use some of that on there. And then let's find us a little label. So here's a label. Do a label on this one. But we can do something else on here. We could add some little green stamps. We could add some of these little red ones. Add some little red stamps on here just to add some extra detail to it. Could put some of this candy cane on there. This is another one of the papers from American Crafts that I got at Joann's. So those few pieces of extra paper that I did buy, and then the fabric, that was the only new Christmas stuff I bought. I have this whole bag of scraps here. They're just little strips. So I want to see if I have something in here that'll go on this, just to give it a little more interest. So we've got something. Got that red. Nope, not looking at this. Got that green. That might work. So let's say, and it doesn't need to be lined up. I don't care about that. Should we put the red on there too? Maybe, no. No, let's keep it. Let's don't get crazy. All right, so see, I was talking about maybe using some of these, like just as extra embellishment up here. So we can just this is the kind of stuff I'll be doing for a little bit to make all these other tags and tuck spots for these journals. I've already gotten a lot done though, believe it or not. Let's do that and then come down here. And I'm gonna leave that. If that doesn't work, call your mom. So yes, I'm just gonna put this right down here, and then maybe just this little bit of pom-pom trim. Or does it need that? No, not really. I'm gonna use that pom-pom trim on something. See, then I could could actually round these corners, might make that look a little bit better. Let's see, where's my corner? Alright, so you decide if you're going to do this before you put rick rack and stuff on, but we can still do it. Around. Yeah, sometimes I think that's just, it's neater or something. Just around the corners. And then this flips up. So I could stitch around this. I could add something else over here, but I could also leave it so that you can write over here. You can add a photo in here, you know, right in here, and on the back, you know, make this a tag. Could just leave it so that you could put it over the top of a page or tuck it in a pocket. Tuck this part in the pocket and leave that hanging over the pocket. So I really like these. And then I could add, you know what, that little pom-pom might look cute right there. Or up here. That might look cute there after I sew. I don't know, think about it. I don't want to add too much, like I said, I don't want to add too much bulk. I'd rather this be like on the side of a page, you know, or on the side of a tag, where I might use it on some side tags, where it goes in a pocket, and you can kind of use that and another piece to pull it out of a pocket. Yeah. But I could put, like I could put a star up here or a snowflake. I need to punch some, put some kind of star. What do I have? Put a snowflake up here. I don't like the snowflake. I like the star, but I don't have any punched out. Or a button. You could put a button up there or a button down here. I could see if I've got any sort of Christmas color felt button, or I could use one of my handmade buttons on that. I might do that. And they're not at my reach right now because I was working on them. But yeah, just really, really so easy, guys. So simple. So that's those. Let's see what else I got here. So like a pocket like this. Let's see. Oh, and I could also put a sticker. So I could put some kind of little, so I could put decorating. Oh, there was a sticker that I had that says all wrapped up. Where's that at? I know I had it. Oh, that's a wrap, look. So I could put that on here. That's a wrap. Right there, or could put it down here. Oh, that might look better right there. Okay, I hope y'all can't hear that hollering with my neighbor upstairs, hollering at her kid. Oh, the joys of apartment living. So you put that, that's a wrap there. Maybe put, I could put another little thing here. I don't want to get too much on there, but yeah. So see, and cute, cute. So for one like this, okay, here's another little scrap. I could come down here and put, come down here and put this little, I like that green with that. So all I did was here was take the book page, and this is on, I think this is just cardstock. Okay, this was a scrap of cardstock. I had my stash, so we can put that there. And then I could do my little, triangle fabrics, or I could do some more rickrack. I don't like that. Boy, I hope y'all can't hear her hollering, but I sure can. Yeah, I don't like that color with that. Let's see, that darker green would work. Or this sort of blue green, I think goes well with this, yeah. I hope this gives you guys some inspiration at least. Or maybe some of you, some of my newer subbies, you know, some new ideas. I know a lot of you have seen sort of the way I do these things, and it's like I said, I'm not really doing anything new. Let's see. I'm gonna do a label. So I do have some little. These are like blue labels. Now see, a snowflake would look good on here. Yeah, one of these snowflakes would look good on here. And this is going to be a pocket. So, let's see. Do we need a bigger label, or is that big enough? Let's see. That's too big. One of these. This label. Snowflake up here. Oh, yeah, and then we could put something in the middle of the snowflake. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear that lady. Let's say for future reference, if this happens. If she's yelling at her kid, I'll cut the video off. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, so then I could come back, stitch around this, and then come back and add a little button or something, and then you got a really cute little pocket. And these colors are definitely a little bit different, non-traditional Christmas, more vintagey looking for sure. At least I think these are. Anyway, so there's a little pocket. Yeah, so just real simple, y'all. Real simple ideas that you can add, you know, add to whatever things you like to use. Yeah, I think that was all I wanted to show you. Yeah, and I'll be back next week, hopefully finishing up things, finishing up these journals in the next 2 weeks. So that's my plan. That's my plan, y'all. You hear my plan? Ha ha. That's how my life doesn't ever seem to go like you plan it, right? But yeah, because I'm gonna be out of town like I told you guys before. But trust me, I have been working on these things every extra moment I've had. So they will be done before the end of September. I promise you that. So all right. And my goal is before that. So anyway, he's cute. So I'm gonna keep working on these. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through all that. Let me know. Let me know what you think. And if you have any other ideas for me, the next thing I'm probably gonna do, I did the tassel charm videos, and I've done the paperclip, you know, like my button bead paperclip videos. So I don't know if you guys really want to see that again. The tassels will be similar, to what I'm, had the process, how I did them last year. The materials will be a little bit different. I have some different ribbons and things this year that I got from a lady who was getting rid of some supplies. So I have some different types of ribbons and things. But if there's anything else you want to see, other than the flip throughs, let me know. I probably will I'll do a tassel with you guys, or a paperclip charm or something like that in the next 2 weeks, when I'm finishing up. But yeah, I think that's it. Can y'all tell I'm tired? This job, man. Whew. Anyway, it's draining me here lately. But anyway, one day I can, maybe one day I can retire. But all right, guys, sorry, now I'm just mumbling, but I will see you soon, and love you guys. Bye.